What's going on, everybody? My name's LUCK, aka Luck, and welcome to episode 3 of my Mod Mastery Immersive Engineering series. Last episode, we took a look at wires and power generation. We also, I think we got the blast furnace set up last episode too. We got steel ingots being cooked up. We still have a few, right? So we're kind of rocking and rolling here. But the main thing about last episode was power generation. We got the water wheel set up outside. If you guys missed that episode, check that out. It's an important one to understand the accumulators and power generation. Behind here is a water wheel. So this episode, we're actually gonna start either making big machines. We might get to one, or we're at least going to be prepping for them, right? And in order to prep for them, the first thing that you want to get is one of these guys, the engineer's workbench. A lot of these machines, so if I can go and find one, so we'll just go with like the metal press, right? A lot of these machines require these blocks here, right? And what we can do right here, so heavy engineering block, right? So if we go into JEI and we type in heavy engineering block, right, you'll see that they require these things called steel mechanical components. Now these things can be made, right, just in a crafting grid. They require 4 steel plates and 1 copper ingot, right? If you use, let's see, if you use the engineer's workbench, you can actually get those for a lot less resources, right? So it's very beneficial to kind of get one of these guys right away. Not this guy here, the engineer's workbench. So that's what we're going to be working on today. And then hopefully we'll get a metal press up today, because the metal press also helps in getting those components a lot more efficiently, right? So let's go ahead and start working on that. Let's clean up some of this inventory. Like, we don't need a bunch of this stuff on us right now. Yeah, we'll just get rid of a whole bunch of this. We might want to keep that. And yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, cool. So the first thing we're gonna need, let's go back to this guy here. So the first thing we're gonna need is one of these guys, the engineer's crafting table, which seems simple enough. Let's go ahead. We're just gonna grab like a few of those right there. And then we need a regular crafting bench as kind of like the base. So let's grab 4 pieces of wood. Very cool. And oh yeah, we're gonna need some of those treated sticks. So something like that, right? And then boom, engineer's crafting table. All right, so the engineer's crafting table is pretty cool. It's just like a normal crafting table. The only difference is it can actually keep the items inside of it, right? The other thing too is when you close the interface, right, it'll keep all the items in their positions, right? And then you can also just kind of store some items in here, right? So that if, let's say I do something like this, right? I come up here and I say I need a copper block, right? Copper block, and I go like this. It'll take the items right out of this inventory, right? So it's kind of like a mini, like a very, very mini refined storage system, which is pretty cool. You can throw like all your metals and your basic crafting components in here, right? And you can just come up here and slap a recipe in here real quick, and it'll make it. But we're gonna skip this guy, and we're gonna upgrade him right to the engineer's blueprint table. So let's see, this guy right here, engineer's workbench, right? So we're gonna need a treated fence, simple enough. And let's see, like that, cool. And something like that, awesome. Engineer's workbench, very cool. Now this guy is gonna require blueprints, right? So you take a blueprint, you put it in this side, and you'll get items on this side that you kind of, I'll show you guys. It'll show you like the items that you need for the recipes. So let's look up blueprints. Blueprints. There we go. Engineer's blueprints. Let's see. Electrode pattern. this is the one that we want right here. We want this one here. So let's grab this. So we're going to need copper, aluminum, iron, 3 blue dye, and paper. Right? Luckily, we have some sugarcane out here growing. Let's grab some of this sugarcane. And I don't know if I cooked up aluminum yet. I did not. So let's cook up a little bit of aluminum. There's some terracotta from a few episodes ago when we were making the relays and connectors. So let's get that going. Boom. And then we're going to need some blue dye, which I have some lapis over here. Nice. Cool. And something like... Does it need to be in a line? I always forget. The sugarcane, for whatever reason, needs to be in a line. It can't just be shapeless, which is annoying. And then we need, it was this one right here, right? Yeah, perfect. Engineer's blueprints. So if we throw this in here, you'll see that it's got all of these components in here, right? So now you can put just the components in here and then just take them right out of this side, right? So if we want iron mechanical components, we can do one of two things, right? We can either take our hammer and make 4 plates. I'll make 2 extra just for demonstration purposes, but we can either take 4 plates and go like this in a crafting grid and get an iron mechanical component, or we can throw plates in here with copper and just take them right out of here. Now, when you do it that way, it only costs 2 plates, right? So it's a lot more efficient. The blueprint table is pretty cool. You're definitely going to want to keep them on hand. And one thing that we might want to do while we're here is we're going to make a little chest, right? Just to store any future blueprints that we get. We're going to store them right in there, so that way we know where they all are at any given time, right? And yeah, I kind of love this thing. So now that we have that done, let's figure out a good way to start making these plates a little bit more, because I don't want to keep using the hammer. Like I said, it's costly. Your hammer doesn't have a ton of durability. I think it only has 64 uses on it, right? And you're going to be making a lot of these plates. So let's go to the metal press, right? And we'll kind of get through all of these as we kind of go through the machines, because a lot of these are actually components for some of the other machines. So metal press, this is what we're kind of looking for right here. So we're going to need 1 redstone engineering block, 1 piston, 1 heavy engineering block, 2 steel scaffolding, and 2 conveyor belts. Cool. So let's go ahead and look at that. We need a redstone engineering block, right? Redstone engineering block right there. So that's going to require iron sheet metals, right? Which is going to take more of those plates, which is kind of the whole reason for the season on getting these this metal press up and running. So we'll do that. So iron sheet metal. And then we're going to need 4 redstone dust. Cool. And then we should be able to get... Boom. Now, the cool thing about this is whenever you craft these engineering blocks, you get multiples of them, right? So we have 4 on hand, which is awesome. So we have extras. And what we're going to do is we're going to make another chest. So I guess one thing that I should show you guys here is the wooden storage crate. These guys are awesome. So it's made just like a regular chest. You just use the treated wood planks, right? And you get this guy, the wooden storage crate. Now, what is cool about these? Number one, they don't operate like normal chests in that they need a block space above them. Sorry, if I don't get that block, it's going to annoy me. They don't operate like normal chests where they need a block space above them to open, right? They work more like barrels, right? So you can access them. And you can put things in them just like normal crates. But the cool thing about wooden storage crates is that when you break them, right, they actually retain their inventory, right? Which is awesome. You can use them to move a whole lot of stuff all over the place. And yeah, so they retain their inventory. They're pretty cool. And whenever you mouse over them, it'll actually show you what's in them, which is even cooler. So let's go ahead and put that there. And let's get all of our stuff back out. Cool. Awesome. And yeah, so now we have 4 of the redstone engineering blocks, which is cool. And then let's look at that metal press again. So you were heavy machinery. Metal press. Okay. So we have the redstone engineering blocks. We need a piston. Piston, easy enough, right? Kind of running low on iron. We might want to get some more of that cooked up. So let's grab you and get some more of this stuff cooked up. Sweet. The metal chest. Awesome. So we need a piston, huh? Piston. We're missing cobble, which is cool. Guess we should just keep some cobble on us. And we'll grab the wood there and piston. Awesome. And then what else did we need? One heavy engineering block. Okay, so heavy engineering block. Now I'm pretty sure that the heavy ones take steel, and they take a lot of it too. So we're going to need 4 of the steel sheet metal, which takes 4 steel plates, right? And then we also need 4 of the steel mechanical components. Now again, you can either use plates, you can either use it in the crafting grid, which requires 4 plates, or if we come over to the blueprint table, we can get it using only 2 steel plates, which is nice. So let's try and get this done. So we're going to need, let's see, we need 8, 12. We need 12 total, which is a lot of steel. You know, especially when you have to wait so long on it. So we're just going to take our hammer and hammer all those down into plates. Very cool. And let's go ahead and start with the sheet metal, right? And then what we'll do is we'll throw the rest of these in here with some copper ingots, and we'll get our steel mechanical components. Nice. So yeah, the engineer's workbench, very beneficial. The next thing we're going to need is some electrum. Now, I haven't shown you guys how to get alloys in this, so what we're going to do is we're going to look at the kiln, right? The kiln. This guy requires bricks and sandstone. So let's see, how are we on bricks? Probably not great. We're going to need 8 of these guys. So we need 4 crafts of this. So we need 8 bricks and 8 sandstone, right? So let's go ahead and get this started. And then we still had sand, didn't we? Yeah, we did. Something like that, right? Well, that only got us 6. We need 4 more. My math is not mathing today. Oh, that only got us 7. There we go. And then we're just going to wait on these bricks. And final brick. Done. Very cool. And let's go ahead and get our kiln bricks. Now these guys, you kind of just set up in a 2x2. Oh, we can't put it there because our water wheel is there. That's fine. What we can do is let's bring it over here, I guess, for now. It doesn't have to live here forever. We can move it later, which is fine. And you just set them up in a 2x2 like that. And then you smack it with the hammer. Boom. Alloy kiln. Now this guy's pretty cool. This can get you all kinds of alloys, especially once you have other mods integrated. This can get you basically anything that can be alloyed. It can get you whatever you need, right? So let's go ahead and I don't remember if they need to be, yeah, they just need to be the ingots, right? Doesn't look like you can do it with just the ores. We can try it. I don't think it's gonna work though. Yeah, no, it's gotta be the ingots. So let's go ahead and get these cooked up. So you and you, very cool. And we'll throw the rest of this aluminum in here. And while we're waiting on that, let's clean up our inventory a little bit. Anybody who knows me knows that half of the episode is spent cleaning up inventory. Because I am just the worst when it comes to inventory. Alright, cool. So gold and silver. So let's run back over to our kiln. Throw these in here, and these will make electrum. Just like that. Just a simple alloy furnace. If anything, if you guys don't enjoy the actual machinery of this mod. This mod has a lot of ancillary components to it that help out a lot in a lot of mod packs, like the wooden storage crate, right? Like the alloying kiln. You can use the coal coke to make a lot of, or to burn for a really long time, right? It's got a lot of components to it that are really helpful in a lot of mod packs. So even if you don't get into the machines, sometimes it's always useful just to have immersive engineering in the pack. So, so let's go ahead and look at this heavy engineering block. So we'll get that. Cool. We only need one on us, right? So we're also going to grab our redstone guy there, right? We probably don't need these on us right now, right? I guess we'll toss you right here for now, right? Awesome. Okay, so we got the heavy engineering block. We have the redstone engineering block. We have the piston, right? Let's see what else we need here. We're going to need 2 steel scaffolding and 2 conveyor belts. So let's look at steel scaffolding. Right here. Cool. So that's going to require 3 steel rods and 3 steel ingots. Okay. I hope I have enough. Oh, I do, because you get 4 steel rods per, and you get 6 steel scaffolding. So the conversion rates are pretty good. I mean, you get pretty much everything you need, right? It's really not that hard to get all of the components because you get multiple of them per craft, which is awesome. And then we need 2 conveyor belts. So let's see. Conveyor belts. Awesome. So we're going to need leather, iron, and redstone. That's simple enough. We'll grab some of that. We have iron on us. Redstone, I think it was 2, right? Yeah. And this one, you get 8 of. Conveyor belts are pretty cool. They can be used just to move items along to all your different machines, right? So let's say we want to throw a conveyor belt on our conveyor belt. We are also subject to the conveyor belt, right? And you can move them along to different machines, right? Which I can show you guys, certainly. Pickaxe. All right, cool. So now the coolest feature of immersive engineering that I absolutely love is these machines, you actually have to build them in the world, right? That'll make a little bit more sense once I actually start making this guy, but I'll show you guys step by step. And it actually, so everything about this is designed, everything about this manual is designed to help you, right? So we can stop this at any time, right? To show where each item goes. So if we want to pause it here, we can show where each of these go, right? We'll stop it right here for right now, right? And we'll kind of get this guy going here. So let's say we want to throw, let's do it right here, right? So we'll do 2 steel scaffolding, like it says, right? 1 on either side. The redstone engineering block right in the middle, right? We're gonna want to put the piston. Ooh, why'd you end there, buddy? That's weird. We're on this page here. Yeah, so we want the piston facing down. Nope. We want that facing down, please. And I don't know, I wonder if the engineering hammer can rotate. It can, cool. You can only rotate it in one direction, though. What about if I do it this way? Nope, because then you just rotate left to right. Okay, that's fine. We'll do it the hard way. So we need the heavy engineering block 1 space above the piston, right? And then we'll do it like that. Cool. Awesome. And then we're going to need 2 conveyor belts on either side, right? Yeah, 2 conveyor belts on either side. Now, I don't know if the direction of these matter. It shows them going left to right. We can actually try that. So let's do like that. Let's see if it actually works like that. And then in the manual, you'll see one of the blocks is highlighted red. That's the block that you want to smack to make it a machine, right? Yeah, so it looks like the belts do need to be going the correct direction, which is fine. So we'll do that. Whoop. Like that. Boom. And metal press. Look at that. How cool is that? Yeah. So let's read a little bit more about this. The metal press is an automated way of shaping metal. It uses a high pressure piston to press a mold into an ingot, forming it into a plate, rod, or other metal components. The structure is created as shown above to form the multi-block. Click the piston with an engineer's hammer. Power is input through the top and items through the conveyors, obviously in the direction of the movement. The lower middle block is the redstone control port. Right-clicking it with an engineer's screwdriver allows you to invert the redstone control. So this block here, we can throw a lever on here and actually cause this to stop doing its thing here. So let's look at presses, right? So let's look at a metal press, right? We're going to need, so we do need another engineer's blueprint, which is cool. So let's come over here. We're going to need one of these guys, which is going to cost an iron plate. So iron. And the cool thing about this is you only need it once. And you don't actually need all of these different plates, or these presses, right? You certainly can get them all, but you don't need them all. Let's get 3 more of those. Boom. And where did my sugarcane go? There we go. Boom. And it was something like this, right? Boom. Engineer's blueprint. So let's go ahead. We're going to take this one out and we'll put this one in, right? So this is our press blueprint. We're going to want 3 steel plates and engineer's wire cutters. Our wire cutters are in here. And let's go ahead and get 3 more steel plates. Like so. We'll put that in there and that, and boom, metal press. Very cool. Now we just toss this guy right on here, like so. And boom, this guy is pretty much ready to go. Now, if I throw a piece of iron on here, you'll notice it's not going to do anything. And the reason why is it needs power. So let's go over here and grab... we're going to grab a connector, because remember, anything that is either sending power or needs power needs a connector on it. So let's go ahead over here. We're going to throw a connector on top, like so. Then we're going to connect it to our relay. Boom. There we go. Metal. Plates. So it's just an easy way of getting iron plates, right? So instead of sitting there at the crafting bench and slapping iron with our hammer, we can just throw our plates right on there. Very cool. Very, very cool. And that will help a lot in the production, because you know you're going to need a lot of plates. You can also make the wire mold, right? The wire mold is cool because so in order to get the wiring right, you have to sit there with your wire cutters and cut wire individually, right? The cool thing about the wire plate, right, is that 1 ingot will get you 2. Whereas before with the wire cutters, 1 ingot only got you 1, right? So they're pretty cool. And yeah. So I think we're going to wrap it up here. We got a good amount done. We got the engineer's workbench here. We got a metal press. When we come back next time, what we'll do is we'll start working on some more heavy machinery. We'll probably get going on a crusher. The crusher is kind of your first big undertaking in the mod. It's your first big machine, right? You can see, so when I was making this guy, right, the metal press, you can see it doesn't seem like a big machine, but in the actual world, it's fairly large for what it does, right? Other mods would have this in 1 block, right? Immersive engineering, like I said, does big machines, like you're in an industrial factory, right? So extrapolating that out, the crusher is a big machine, right? It's going to take a lot of space, but it is a very, very cool machine, and that's what it looks like after it's all done. Pretty cool. So yeah, when we come back next time, we'll get started on a crusher. Now that we have a metal press up and running, this should help substantially. And yeah, guys. So if you guys made it this far, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching the episode. If you guys are enjoying the series, hit that sub button. There's much more to come. Like I said earlier, either this series or late in the Embers series, This mod could easily last 15 to 20 episodes, right? So there's a lot of content in this mod, a lot of really cool things to check out. There's some more unnecessary things that you can get into, like railguns, and which we're going to explore all of it. We're going to get into all of it. But yeah, we're just going to take it step by step, one step at a time. And yeah, guys. So like I said, if you're enjoying the series, hit that sub button. Let me know what mod you guys want to see next. I know a lot of people are asking for a magic mod. I have one in mind. I hope you guys approve of my choice, because it's one of my favorite magic mods. And yeah, guys, until next time, I will catch you all later. See ya.